Book Summary Arrows and Apologies, Deluxe Edition, Monsters Muses, 4 by Sav R. Miller, Arrows and Apologies, Deluxe Edition, is the fourth book in the Monsters Muses series by Sav R. Miller, continuing her exploration of dark romance, intense emotions, and intricate character relationships. This installment takes inspiration from the myth of Apollo and Daphne, weaving a tale that balances themes of obsession, power dynamics, and personal growth. The novel explores a unique and often uncomfortable romantic relationship set against a mysterious backdrop of secrets, manipulation, and emotional unraveling. Plot overview: Arrows and Apologies follows Cora Astor, a young woman with a rebellious spirit, a tumultuous past, and a fierce determination to find her missing brother. Cora is a skilled thief, known for her tattoos, her blue hair, and her tendency to bend the rules in her pursuit of justice. Her journey begins when she arrives on the island of Aplana, a remote and secretive location that hides more than it reveals. Cora's mission is clear: find her brother and uncover what happened to him, but she quickly finds herself entangled in more than she bargained for. Alistair Wolfe, the charming yet mysterious mayor of Aplana, enters Cora's life under unexpected and contentious circumstances. During a night of fleeting passion, they have a one-night stand that burns hot and fast. However, the next day, Cora is shocked to find that Alistair has blackmailed her into taking a job as his assistant. Though initially furious and desperate to leave, she begrudgingly accepts, knowing she has no other choice if she is to keep her brother's disappearance a secret and stay out of Alistair's grip. As Cora and Alistair interact in this complicated employer-employee dynamic, the tension between them builds, and so does Alistair's obsession with her. What begins as a power play, Alistair's need for control over Cora, slowly morphs into a darker and more insidious obsession. He cannot seem to keep away from her, and his attempts to dominate every aspect of her life become more pronounced. Cora, who is no stranger to manipulation, initially resists his advances and power, even as she becomes increasingly drawn to him. Alistair's influence over her becomes undeniable, though, as their relationship deepens, and they begin to uncover the painful truths about themselves and their pasts. What unfolds is a slow and dangerous dance of power and submission, love and hate, as both characters confront their own emotional vulnerabilities and buried desires. Character analysis: Cora Astor. Cora is a complicated character, independent, strong-willed, and deeply protective of her past. Her tough exterior is a direct result of a life filled with struggles and survival. Her decision to become a thief wasn't one made lightly, but it was a means of protecting herself from the world. The journey she takes in this story is as much about finding her brother as it is about facing the inner turmoil she has long tried to avoid. Cora's tough exterior is matched by a deep sense of vulnerability, which she has learned to mask through her rebellious behavior. When she meets Alistair, she immediately feels the power he holds over her, and her internal battle of resisting his control while fighting her growing feelings for him makes for a compelling narrative. Over the course of the novel, Cora's character evolves from someone who views herself as broken and unworthy of love to someone who learns to trust, to embrace vulnerability, and to redefine what love and loyalty mean. Alistair Wolfe. Alistair is a man of contradictions, seemingly confident, powerful, and in control, yet deeply lonely and unable to escape his own internal chaos. As the mayor of Aplana, he holds immense power over the island's residents, yet his obsession with Cora forces him to grapple with his own insecurities. Alistair sees Cora as an enigma, someone he cannot control or understand, and this drives him to become more fixated on her. He begins as a character that appears to relish his dominance over Cora, but as the story progresses, it becomes clear that Alistair's obsession is rooted in a deep-seated need for connection and understanding. Alistair's journey is one of self-discovery, where he comes to realize that his control and manipulation tactics, while effective, are ultimately destructive. His transformation from a man who uses power to get what he wants into someone willing to relinquish control for love is one of the most poignant aspects of the book. Themes and analysis: obsession and power dynamics. The central theme of the novel revolves around obsession, both Cora's resistance to Alistair's control and Alistair's relentless pursuit of Cora. This obsession is explored through the lens of power dynamics, particularly the balance between dominance and submission. Cora's defiance and independence clash with Alistair's desire for control, creating a tension that is both electric and terrifying. As their relationship progresses, the reader is forced to question whether obsession is a form of love or a dangerous form of manipulation. Miller's portrayal of obsession is nuanced. It's not simply a one-dimensional villainous pursuit, but rather an emotional depth that both characters must confront. Cora's growing attraction to Alistair, despite his possessiveness, challenges the typical boundaries of romance. Alistair, on the other hand, comes to realize that controlling Cora in the way he originally intended won't bring him happiness. Their evolution as a couple forces them to face their darkest impulses and come to terms with their emotional needs. Identity and transformation. Cora's transformation from a hardened, guarded thief into a woman who is willing to trust and be vulnerable is central to the book's emotional core. Alistair's transformation mirrors hers, as he learns to give up control and embrace a love that is not based on domination. Their relationship is not one of two perfect characters but of two flawed individuals learning how to build something meaningful from their personal messiness. Both characters are forced to reevaluate their own identities in the process of loving each other. Alistair's previous understanding of love was transactional, based on power and control. Cora, on the other hand, believed she was unworthy of love due to her past. Through their interactions, both Cora and Alistair find their identities shaken and redefined, ultimately finding freedom in accepting their flaws and seeking something real and deep. Dark romance. As with other books in the Monsters Muses series, Arrows and Apologies is a dark romance. The novel explores complex themes of obsession, manipulation, and power, and it asks tough questions about the nature of love and the ways people can hurt each other while claiming to care. The relationship between Cora and Alistair is intense, passionate, and often unhealthy, but it's also deeply compelling. Readers are drawn into the complexity of the characters' emotions, even as they recognize the toxic dynamics at play. This push and pull between attraction and repulsion creates a narrative that is as messy as it is beautiful. Reception and impact. Arrows and Apologies has been praised for its intense character development and exploration of difficult themes, but it is not without its critics. The dark nature of the romance and the morally gray characters make this book a challenge for some readers. The portrayal of obsession and manipulation is not romanticized. Instead, it is presented as a complicated and often painful aspect of human relationships. Fans of darker romance and character-driven narratives will find much to appreciate in this installment, but it is not for the faint of heart. The book's popularity has been fueled by Miller's ability to craft a compelling and unpredictable story that keeps readers on edge, uncertain of where the relationship between Cora and Alistair will ultimately lead. Conclusion. Arrows and Apologies, Deluxe Edition, by Sav R. Miller is a dark, emotional journey that explores themes of obsession, power, and self-discovery. The novel challenges traditional notions of romance, offering a story that is both captivating and unsettling. Through the intense relationship between Cora and Alistair, Miller delves into the complexities of love, desire, and the fine line between control and affection. This book is an excellent choice for readers who enjoy dark, twisty romance with complex, flawed characters. It's a powerful and thought-provoking installment in the Monsters Muses series, and one that will linger with readers long after the last page.